Well, thanks. I'm here with Jeff Cowling, the Vice President of Sales and Marketing over at Yorkville Sound. And Jeff, thanks for joining me today. I really wanted to ask you about is the ventilator project. I really wanted to hear about that. You're doing some fantastic things for frontline workers. Can you give me a little detail about that? And what was
Sure.
behind it and how you thought it would work, that sort of thing.
Well, I guess we have to back up a couple months to the pandemic outbreak, and we had to shut down our factory and lay off a whole bunch of workers. Right before that happened, we put a call out to social media to say, hey, medical community, we have a fully functioning production line of circuit boards and metalwork and wood and everything under the sun, all here in our building. And if we can help be part of the solution, please let us know. A few weeks went by, and then a company from the far west coast of Canada out in British Columbia, Starfish Medical, got in touch with us and say, we have to ramp up the production of ventilators to help fight the COVID-19 pandemic. And what can you do? So a few things went very quickly, and we started making the front end of a ventilator. So if I can hold up a prop, do you mind?
Oh, of course. I love props. Okay. I'm sure the
This
viewers
is actually what we're producing. And to folks in the music community, this might look like a mixer because it's using some of the same parts that we use on our powered and powered speakers. We've got some knobs here. We've got some LED indicators measuring flow and pressure. And basically, this is sort of the front end, or for lack of a better term for our community, the preamp to a ventilator. We're doing the metal chassis, of course, all the screening and all the circuit board production inside of here. We've made 10 and sent 10 out for testing. And we're on track to do another 50 very soon. And then it'll ramp up into the thousands depending on want and timelines.
Wow. Okay. Well, great. Well, on behalf of everyone, I want to say thank you for everything you're doing. I mean, that's tremendous.
Well, it's positive on a few different angles. Obviously, if we're helping the medical community provide equipment for people suffering from this, that's great. It also allows us to bring people back to work instead of having to lay everybody off. We've got some key design staff and some key production staff back to help produce these. And if we start to ramp up into larger production numbers, that gives us an ability to bring some more people back and become an essential service, as it were. So, yeah, lots of positives.
Yeah, if you quickly give me the, I don't hear about it as much. So for everyone on, what's the status of the battle, say, in the United States about when to open things back up and, what problems that's going to cause? Is there, are you wrestling with the same concerns? I mean, over in Canada, and can you give us some details about that?
Well, I'll start with our own building here. We've set up, obviously, cleaning stations and hygienic work spaces here. For the sales and marketing staff, we've got a skeleton crew, and we're all keeping our social distance responsibilities up to date, as well as making sure our workstations are properly cleaned up. At the retail level, some of the provinces up here in Canada have opened up, and there is some retail happening. Most of it's curbside pickup. But I think some stores either next week or the week after are going to go open up to actual customers being allowed back in the stores. That's not widespread yet, and that's not in every province. So we're still a ways away from that. From an industry point of view, it's pretty heart-wrenching to be a live sound company knowing there's not going to be a lot of live sound events in the near future. So that's a concern for sure, but I hope people are going to stay creative out there and make music, and whether it's on large-scale festival stages, probably not. Maybe in their homes or in their personal properties. Let's hope they're still doing that.
Yeah, and just to finish up, I mean, I just wanted to ask you to piggyback on that exact topic. Of course, look, it's certainly sad that for a lot of reasons. I mean, the health obviously is the biggest reason. Of what's going on. That's obviously it's the biggest concern everyone has, and I hope you're safe to start with. But Yeah, you're welcome. Of course. But beyond that, there's the issue with the live, the live music is a big concern. Sports, I mean, things of that sort. But I think there is a feeling though that we will eventually move past this, or at least it's a hope. So can you tell me what your thought process are? I mean, it seems like there's still people playing music right now, even though they might not be doing live venues, but they're doing live Zoom things, and it does seem like there's an interest in people playing instruments. So that seems like a positive, and I just wanted to ask you if you agree with that, and then what you think about the future. There could be some pent-up demand here, possibly beyond that, maybe for your products. I mean, what's your feeling?
Yeah, luckily music is keeping a lot of people alive and keeping a positive attitude in a pretty negative time. From a sales perspective and just our industry, home recording market has taken off like crazy, as have entry-level instruments like ukuleles and entry-level guitars and keyboards. The sales have been quite swift on all that kind of stuff. Not so much on sound reinforcement, but we have had a few success stories in there. I think going forward, yeah, I think people are still going to use music to heal, to create, or to let their creativity flow. And whether that means a sweaty nightclub, probably not. Whether that means doing Zoom type performances, that's great. And I still think there's hope for the industry. I think key parts of the industry, including entry-level instruments and recording, are having a nice little kick right now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks for the information. As as Joel Lamont from NAM has often said, music has been around for 5,000 years. So I don't think it's gone through a lot of problems in that time, I'm sure. So and it survived. So let's hope that continues to be the case. And again, Jeff, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Stay safe there, and we look forward to seeing you in the near future. Hopefully at Winter NAM. Let's cross our fingers for that one.
We'll cross our fingers for that. Thanks so much for the call. Hope you guys are doing well. Stay healthy, and let us know if you need any other information.
Okay, great. Thank you.